have to salvage whatever family and friends I can. Come here, I'm going to put her down. Come on, sweetie pie. Come on, honey, that's a girl.
Vicky, what's going on?
Clint and I are getting a divorce. And we are going to wind up in court fighting a pretty terrible custody battle.
Just because he thinks you turned into Nikki again?
Well, that, yes, but also because he thinks I lied about it. And he also seems to think I'm having an affair with Tom Dennison.
Why on earth would he think a thing like that?
Because I've been depending on Tom quite a lot recently. And because I asked him for a divorce. And because...
Vicky, wait a minute here. Now, I mean, I know how much you and Clint love each other and everything, and I can see why he'd of course think it might be that you're having an affair. Otherwise, he would never understand why on earth you'd ask for a divorce. I can't exactly say that I understand this either. I mean, because I've seen how much you love each other and how devoted you two are to each other.
Oh, Tina, for heaven's sakes, I have amnesia. I don't remember any of this devotion. In fact, I don't remember a single thing since 1978 when I was very happily married to Joe Riley. It all happened early in December. Clint followed Tom and me up to the mountain cabin, and they got into a dreadful fight. And apparently it was just one trauma too many for me. On top of the kidnapping and being accused of being Nikki Smith, and then seeing this man, my husband, beating up Tom because he thought that we were lovers. I mean, I'm sorry. This is a lot for you to comprehend, isn't it?
God, Vicky. Huh. Well, I guess everybody's filled you on what happened, you know, but it must seem kind of like somebody else's memories, huh?
Exactly. But as far as our relationship over the last 8 years is concerned, I've been pretty well filled in. And they're not very pretty stories, Tina.
Oh, I know, but we've worked through all that. We have. That's why I find it so ludicrous for anybody to think that I could possibly want to do anything to hurt you. And that's why also I'll do anything. Anything to help.
Thank you. What I would like you to do is to testify in court as to the kind of mother I am, if it should ever come to that.
Well, you're a wonderful mother. I mean, I especially should know that because when my mother died and you brought me in, I was a child myself. And I saw how wonderful you are with Kevin and Joey and Jessica. You're a wonderful mother. I can't possibly see how Clint would ever claim otherwise.
Well, he seems to think I have 2 strikes against me to begin with. My amnesia and this affair I'm presumably having. But it's not true. Tom and I are not having an affair.
Oh, I know that. I mean, you would never fall out of love with Clint in order to fall in love with Tom. Or would you?
Tina, I am starting to hate Clint Buchanan. He seems to think that I'm out to ruin his entire life, so he is being so vindictive. He's already taken the banner away from me. He made some deal with his father, and his father bought up all of Clint's stock, and now they have controlling interest, and they fired Tom, so I quit.
Hey, I can't believe this. I mean, are you doing anything at all to get your memory back?
Yes, I went to a psychiatrist, and he didn't give me much hope. He said I might get my memory back, I might not get my memory back.
Yeah, but if you do, well, then you could never hate Clint.
Oh, well, you don't you start in on me, too. I want out of this awful marriage with this awful man. And yes, I do care about Tom Dennison. And don't tell me I'm trying to resurrect Joe Riley either. Just that Tom is warm and he's decent and he's supportive and he's loving and he's all the things that my husband is not. So it's time for you to choose your sides and pick your loyalties. It's me or Clint.
Well, it's you. Vicky, of course it's you. And you are an absolutely wonderful mother. In fact, you are my role model as a mother, and that I hope that I, someday, will be half the mother you are.
When I saw the light flashing, I thought you might have a real important message. I mean, I know that Clint has been relying on you a lot these days.
Yeah, well, did he call?
Oh, I don't know. I just started to rewind it, and you came in.
It's probably just Tina. If it was, I'll be sorry that I ever bought this stupid machine.
Well, why even bother to listen to it then? Can you imagine her accusing me of forging Allison's letter and putting Vicky's keys in her coat pocket?
Mom, please, I'd rather not get into that right now. I just got finished over at the gym with Kate. Took me an hour to work off some of that anger and frustration.
Ah, how are you two doing?
We're doing fine. No, look, Kate is a very nice lady, but it's really way too early for us to start thinking about romance.
Well, what about the future?
What about the future, Ma? Who knows?
Well, I certainly think that she is better suited for you.
Great. Okay. Let's listen to who called me and why.
Give it a little more time. I'm sure Charles and the feds won't think that the plan has failed after only 1 week.
Well, maybe, but only if you agree to spend all days and nights with me.
Oh, come on, Aggie, I'm already in love. Oh.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. John, can we have dinner together this evening? I mean, just talk. Look, I know that you're Dorians and that I don't stand a chance, but I just need some company, someone I can talk to.
I was supposed to have dinner with her tonight, but I guess under the circumstances, I can once again risk the wrath of Dorian, and I'll cancel the dinner.
Do you think that there's a chance we could go out?
No.
Well, at least we can pretend. I can get all dressed up, okay? Okay, I'll go to my room, and what time can I expect you?
Early, like around 5, all right?
Wonderful, I'll see you then.
Whoa,
Kate?
you're rather blind for a private eye.
I was paying attention to something else.
John, I'm really glad I ran into you. I've got to talk to you about Jamie and what he's doing to my mother and father.
Hi, Cord, it's Kate. Listen, now that it's happened, I'm kind of embarrassed. Would you do me a favor and promise me you won't tell anybody about it? Just keep it between the two of us? Thanks. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
What?
Cosetta, what was that all about?
Well, obviously, it was pretty private, right?
Well, you said that there was nothing between you.
No, Oh, you think that she was embarrassed because we... Well, we haven't, Ma. She was talking about things that were pretty painful for her, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you certainly are getting closer.
Yeah, well, just pretend you didn't hear that, okay?
Son, it's Clint. I'd like to see you, but I'm going to be running around and not sure where you can reach me, so I'll just stop over later and see if you're home.
Ma, we don't know if that's the last message there.
Well, aren't you going to call Clint? I mean, it might be important.
Well, you just heard what he said, right? He said he didn't know where he was going to be all day.
Well, he could be at home.
Well, he could have left another message telling me where he's going to be, right? Come on.
Cord, it's me, Tina.
Clint, I've already explained that amnesia in and of itself will not convince a judge that you should have custody of the children. It's not a crime. It doesn't automatically make her unfit.
What is the alternative, Herb? Now, if I only got one chance in a million of holding this family together, I have to take it. And I have to have those kids. Don't you understand? Otherwise, Daddy is going to be Tom Dennison. Besides, Herb, this way, if Vicky ever gets her memory back and comes to her senses, we've got a better chance of getting back together.
Clint. Hey, I do understand your position. I really do. I see you as a man who is desperate. You're very, very hurt. I understand that. You don't want to lose your wife or your kids. Look, I mean, you're doing this out of love, and I admire you for that, but I've got to tell you, my friend, that I know of very few instances where a husband and wife got back together after they tore each other up in court over kids.
Herb, those are my kids, too. I love them every bit as much as Vicky does. I can't bear the thought of getting up in the morning and not having those kids in my house. Now, losing my wife is one thing. I mean, that's torture enough, but to lose the kids?
If you want it, we'll continue the suit. All right? But I can't get custody for you out of midair. And I have witnesses who will testify that Vicky could be harmful to those children.
That brings us right back to my having to go to friends of ours and family and asking them to choose sides, right?
Yeah.
And not only asking them to choose sides, but to testify in court, huh?
It's a horrible position to be put in. The question is, Clint, do you have any friends or family who have witnessed anything negative?
I don't know. Nothing comes to mind. Am I going to lose this thing, Herb? Am I going to lose and Tom Dennison win?
You know, Vicky, I just don't see how Clint could possibly ever win this custody suit. I mean, you've always been such a wonderful mother.
Oh, come on, Tina. I did turn into Nicky Smith for a while, didn't I? And I do have amnesia right now, and any judge could decide that the rigors of raising children is too traumatic for me. Or if not, Clint, I'm sure, will drag up my whole relationship with Tom Dennison and distort it. I don't know. You have to realize this is not going to win you any points with Cord, right? Because he's sure to side with his father.
I know that. And let's not even think about that right now. But, Vicky, I want you to trust me on this. And whatever you do, just don't ever think that Cord's mother is really your friend. She would like nothing better than for you and Clint to get a divorce.
Tina, she was terribly supportive when she found out about my amnesia.
You mean she knows about it?
Oh, yeah, she has for ages. But it's all right. She couldn't have been nicer. Said she would do anything she could to help.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's because you forgot how much you were growing to dislike her.
Really? All right, okay. I'll take your word for it. Well, what about you and Cord?
Well, I don't want to really get my hopes up too high here, but I think something is going to happen really soon that is going to bring us back together.
Oh, well, that's terrific. I know that you really do love him.
Oh, I do love him. I love him so much, and I don't know why I tried to do something so stupid as try to manipulate everything all just to get that money, but I am sorry about it, and I will never do anything like that again. It's just that Maria is doing everything in her power to convince him that he can't trust me, But I have an ace, and I think with this ace, I just might win the whole card game.
What is it?
Well, I'm going to wait to tell you. I'm just going to wait until I find out for sure that this really does bring about our reconciliation.
Ma, will you stop that? For crying out loud, it's going to take me 20 minutes to hear 2 minutes of messages.
Cord, I can't bear it. I just can't bear it.
What can't you bear?
Whatever it is that Tina's going to say to try and get you back into her lying, conniving little life. Now, you know that there is going to be some kind of dramatic message on this tape. Something that's going to get you running. Some lie, some trick.
Well, who says that I'm going to respond to it, Ma? Come on, don't you think I've learned anything after all of this? No, what, you think I'm just too plain stupid? Or maybe you think I'm still crazy in love with her?
No. Of course I know you are not stupid. And yes, I know that she can't toy with you and she can't do what she used to do to you.
All right, then just stop the hysterics, okay? After what she accused you of, there's no way I'm ever going to let her get near to me again.
I have to see you. Please call me. I love you so, and I have...
Well, that's pretty strange. Why'd you just stop talking in mid-sentence like that?
Well, she probably realized that the message would be futile.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, I'm sure she just called on impulse and she remembered how angry you got at her for accusing me of setting her up.
Yeah, or maybe she thought a simple message like, I love you, I want to see you was going to be enough.
I hope you won't respond. Cord, I hate what she's done to you. Now, you're only going to have more pain if you see her or talk to her.
I realize that, Ma, so I'm going to keep busy over the banner, and I'm going to spend a lot of time with Kate, and between working and having fun, I'll just burn Tina out of my system.
Exactly. So you won't try to contact her?
No, I don't care how many messages she leaves on my machine.
Well, maybe you should leave it off until she gives up.
I can't do that. What if the banner called me? What if Clinton needs me for something?
Well, you could at least erase the messages without listening to them.
Yeah. Yeah, I could do that.
I had decided to distance myself from the problem because it made me so angry, but I had a sudden attack of guilt, and I realized something has to be done about it.
Well, I know Jamie was released on bail because of alleged stabbing.
No, he set it up, and I'm convinced about it because he set something else up, too. A mugging. We were at our lawyer's office the other day, about to leave with $2,000 in cash, and 2 hoods just happened to be waiting for us. A little too coincidental, don't you think?
Yeah.
I was able to stop them because they didn't have a gun, but you should have seen Jamie's face. He was shocked, but not because we were in danger, but because I foiled his rotten little plan.
The kid's gonna skip town, isn't he?
Oh, I have no doubts about it. But my mother still does. My dad, on the other hand, wants him to be back in jail. They're at war about it. It's become the issue in their relationship.
Yeah, but Katie, sweetheart, what can you do about it?
Well, it occurred to me that my mother's belief in Jamie is based on the stabbing. But nobody bothered to investigate what happened at Statesville. So I want you to call Warden Perkins, since you know him, and arrange for me to have access to talk to some prisoners and guards about what happened. Look, my mother doesn't want to see the truth about Jamie. Maybe if we could show the lawyer side of her some proof about the stabbing, then the mother part will fall in line.
And in the midst of her heart being broken, she's going to have her brain start functioning again, and she's going to agree to send Jamie back to jail before someone else gets hurt.
Yeah, that's the plan. So why don't you call Warden Perkins, see if we can see him tonight, maybe first thing in the morning?
I can't, Kate. Look, I'm sorry, but I'm supposed to be keeping my eye on Aggie here, and I think something's about ready to break. Besides, I'm just not too sure that you should be the one interrogating these prisoners.
Well, I'm going to be the one, and if you can't help me, then I think I know someone who can. Excuse me, I'm going to make a phone call.
Should get out of your way and leave you alone.
Well, thanks for coming by, Ma, and thank you for the flowers. They really do help.
Oh, I'm glad. No, don't answer it. I'm sure it's Tina.
Well, first you don't want me to use my machine. Now you don't want me to answer the phone. Now, come on. You can't protect me all the time. Hello. Yeah, hi, Kate. How you doing? Fine, that's no problem. Yeah, I'll be right there. It's no problem. Yeah, bye-bye. That was Kate Sanders. She wants to talk to me about her brother, so I'm going to go over to the Vernon Inn. You want to follow me, or should I follow you?
No, I'll lead. You drive too fast.
Oh. Ready? Excuse me. Clint, how you doing? I was just listening to your message on the machine.
Oh, and you're just going out?
Yeah, but I got a few minutes to spare. Come on in. Ma's here. Oh, let me take your coat.
Hi, Maria.
Hi, Clint. How are you?
You don't want to hear it.
Clint, what's the matter? Something wrong?
Well, first off, Cord, there's no question but that this custody fight is going to rip apart the family and friends of the Lords and the Buchanans.
Oh, dear.
Yes, it's not going to be easy for me to get custody of the other kids. In fact, it's going to take some pretty nasty business.
Isn't there any way that you and Vicky can work out some kind of joint custody?
No. Unfortunately, neither one of us are willing to do that. And I need your help, Cord. Now, it's not going to be pleasant. And I hate having to ask you, but I don't have any choice.
Sure, Clint. What is it? What do you need?
Would you be willing to testify that because of her amnesia and her relationship with Mr. Dennison, that Vicky could be harmful to the kids?
Harmful? What do you mean by harmful?
I think that translates into she's an unfit mother, doesn't it?
Yes, I'm afraid it does.
Clint, the thing is, see, I've seen Vicky with the boys and with Jessica, and she's great with them, just like you are.
But you don't think a strange man being around and her not even remembering the kids is harmful to him?
I don't know anything about a memory loss, Clint. All I know is that she loves those kids. She really does, and this loss in memory doesn't have anything to do with whether she can or cannot take care of them.
Great. That's just great. Great. The first person I asked for help was my own son, and you turned me down.
Clint, I would be lying if I said different. I can't testify to something that I haven't seen or something that I really don't believe.
Clint, isn't there any other way that court can help you? I mean, this does put him in a very difficult position.
Maria, what if I lose this battle? I lose the kids. What about my position?
Clint, I realize that. But See, if I had seen Vicky do something with the kids that I thought was questionable, then yes, I would agree with you. But I haven't seen that.
I see. Great, fine, fine. Just forget it.
Look, I really do have to go, Clint. I'll talk to you tomorrow, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, look, if you want to visit with Mom for a little bit, that's fine. I'm sorry.
Well, I guess I might as well go, too.
Oh, Clint, wait a minute. Now, I don't like to see you being so bothered and suffering like this. Isn't there any way that I could help?
Look, Kate, just hear me out, okay? I did some thinking while you were on the phone.
Yeah.
Look, you want your mother to think that, agree with you on Jamie's guilt, right?
Right.
Well, then don't you think you should at least discuss your plans with her?
No, because she's going to try to talk me out of it because she wants to believe him.
Yeah, but if you're persuasive, maybe you can talk your mother into interrogating the prisoners and the guards. I mean, think about it. She is the attorney in this family. And as the mother, I'm sure she wants to hear the truth firsthand.
Yeah, but it'll take too much time. Jamie's not going to do this repentant number much longer. He's going to get the hell out of town.
Kate, darling, if you don't at least involve your mother in it by talking to her about it, she's going to think you went behind her back. And she's going to end up resenting you for discovering the truth.
Oh, John.
We're talking about a mother who desperately wants to believe in her son's innocence. It's a matter of a natural gut reaction, that's all.
Maybe you're right. I'll talk to her about it.
Well, Uncle John and Sister Kate, what's this family meeting about? Or did the subject just walk in the door?
You're out roaming unattended?
No, just wait. Any second, a plainclothes detective will walk through the door wearing a dark blue suit and a red tie.
What are you doing here, Jamie?
Just came for a quiet drink before heading home to Mom and Dad.
I'm going to go use the phone. Excuse me.
Gladly. First, tell me, Kate, did you get Uncle John to side against me, too?
She didn't get Uncle John to do anything, Jamie. She just confirmed my worst suspicions, that's all.
My, but that's a shock. No, this doesn't look like such a great place for a drink after all.
Yeah, sure it is, James. I'm buying.
Hi. Is Court Roberts in his room?
No, ma'am. I saw him leave here not long ago.
Well, can I use his phone to make a local call?
Help yourself.
Thanks. Hi. Yeah, this is Tina Lord Roberts. Any messages come in for me? Oh, well, what about my husband? Has he called or stopped by or looking for me or anything like that? Okay, well, if he does, would you tell him that I'm right on my way back there? Great. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Well, it would seem that Mr. Roberts is busy looking for me while I'm busy looking for him.
Look, I don't want to have a drink with you, and I most assuredly don't want to talk to you.
Great, then just shut up and listen. You know, you crush your parents, you defy the legal system, and if you jump bail, let me tell you something. I'm going to come after you, and I'm not going to stop until I drag you back to jail. Now, why don't you repeat that for me so that I know it's gotten through your thick skull?
Sure. You believe Kate and not me. Isn't that what you said?
You got any reason why I shouldn't? It sounds like typically in character to me.
The old Jamie, maybe, but that was before he got stabbed and almost died. Uncle John, you've been a PI too long. You're suspicious of everyone.
No, not everyone, Jamie. Just you. Now, you want to tell me, was it just a coincidence that the time you got $2,000 on you, in a matter of minutes, there's attempted robbery?
Why is that such a big deal? People get mugged every day. Look, you want to believe Kate, that's fine. Just get off my case. I'm just trying to keep some kind of a semblance of a normal life until my trial.
Yeah, well, that's what scares me. Your idea of a normal life.
Oh, you're a regular laugh riot. Well, I'm going to prove to you and everyone else that you're wrong about me. I'm going to stand trial and take whatever I get, because that's what I deserve.
You do that, Jamie, and I tell you what, I'll be your biggest fan. You don't, I'll be your biggest enemy.
Maria, I appreciate your concern, but it'll take an act of God to help me now.
Oh, this is so bizarre. I mean, Your marriage deteriorated so quickly.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Oh, Clint, please don't be angry with Cord. You know how much he loves and respects you. I mean, he's young, and he doesn't realize the complexity of what's happened, nor does he realize how important it is for you to raise the kids and not Vicky.
Do you understand?
Well, yes, of course I do. I'm a parent, and I do think that Vicky's amnesia is detrimental. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you know, I did witness something, and I mean, I don't know how important it would be. It was hardly traumatic.
Well, why don't we let her be the judge of that? But the point is, would you be willing to testify?
Look, I still have a lot of guilt over the fact that you never did experience raising Cordero. Now, I didn't want to...
You know, Herb's got me thinking like attorneys do. What would you bet that Judith Sanders would use that very thing against me?
No, I don't understand.
Oh, she'd probably point out the fact that I was deprived of raising my own son. She'd claim that I was bitter about it, you know, and that's why I was determined to take these kids from Vicky. She'd probably just claim I was bitter and doing this because I was driven by the past or something. Oh, Maria, I don't know. You know, there was a time when I was convinced I couldn't lose this case, but now I have no idea.
Personally, I think it would be criminal if you did lose. I mean, not only for your sake, but for the children's sake.
You said you witnessed something. What was it?
Oh, well...
You know, I don't believe this is me. I don't believe this is me. All of a sudden, I have turned into a fella who is absolutely hungry to hear that the wife that he thought was a perfect mother has flaws.
Cord, hi.
Oh, Kate.
I'm sorry I was on the phone. Have you seen my brother?
No, I haven't. Is he here?
He was. I guess he left. Great.
Kate, what's going on?
Well, after we left the gym today, I got to thinking about Jamie and what I'm sure he's going to do, and as much as I don't want to get involved, I think I'm going to have to.
Kate, at this point, I really don't know what else you could do about it.
Well, I have an idea. See, I want to go up to Statesville and interview some of the prisoners and guards and see if I can get them to admit to helping Jamie with the stabbing, or at least admit that such a plot existed. Cord, I have to convince my mother that Jamie belongs back in jail.
Have you talked to your mother about this yet?
Yeah, I just did, and she insisted that I don't do anything until she has time to think it over. And that's pretty much what I expected her to say. But I think Jamie's going to make a move, and I want to get up to Statesville as soon as possible.
Well, I think you're getting into dangerous waters here, Kate. If Jamie finds out about this, he just calls his contacts over at Stateville, and you could be in real trouble.
You're starting to sound like my Uncle John. I am not afraid of Jamie, and you know I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself.
Yeah, I know that. I still got the stiff neck to prove it.
Anyway, the point is, I think my mother's going to decide not to go to Statesville.
Okay. So what do you want to do? You want to call Warden Perkins tonight and set something up for tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, that would be great. Maybe we could even do it this evening.
Or we could do it this evening.
Have I told you that I think you're terrific? Whoops.
Vicky, I'm glad you could come by. Come in.
Well, it's curiosity, mostly. Since you are representing my husband in this rather sordid mess.
Well, that's because it's such a mess that I wanted to talk to you. I think today is the first time that Clint realized how truly sordid it can become.
Has he changed his mind?
No, not yet.
Are you going to give me hope, or what?
Look, please, would you have a seat? Let me talk to you for a few minutes. Thank you. Well, where do I start? I sure don't have to tell you that I've been divorced and I've represented plenty of other people who have. I guess that makes me somewhat of an authority on the subject. Vicky, I understand how an argument can snowball until the point where neither party has any desire to find a way to make things heal.
Well, then you can certainly understand that that's exactly where Clint and I are now.
Well, see, I don't believe that. I mean, perhaps because I don't want to, you know. But... Vicky. Look, have you really given Clint a chance to be the man that you were so devoted to?
No, the answer to that has to be no. But every time I turn around, it seems he's doing or saying something that's hateful.
Well, yes, I mean, I understand it. Really, I do. But for instance, in the same statement in which you told him that you lost your memory, you also told him that you wanted a divorce.
Yes, I did. But...
Honey, what would you do if somebody you loved all of a sudden said he had no memory of you whatsoever and he wanted you out of your life, out of his life? What would you do? Would you maybe react in anger? Huh? Would you maybe grab at the first thing he could think of, like pointing at Tom Dennison as a likely culprit because he knew all about your amnesia for all that time?
No, I don't think I would.
Vicky, you realize that Clint had no time whatsoever to adjust to the fact that you saw him as a stranger, that he had no time to help you regain your memories of your relationship from the first. You anointed him as a villain, said you wanted him out of your life. It's from that point that everything went haywire. It's from that point. Look, right now, process servers are out there slapping people with subpoenas.
I don't know what you want me to do. You want me just to back off, let him take my newspaper, let him take my children?
Honey, I'm asking you as a friend, you and Clint's friend. I'm asking you to back off long enough to remember who he is as a man, as your husband, as a father, and also long enough to realize what those 3 little children are going to be put through if you let this continue. Huh? Secretary left for the day. Excuse me. Yes, Herb Callison. Oh, Judith. No, this is another matter. Look, could I call you back in a little while? I'm in conference.
Herb, take the call.
Oh, Vicky, I want to continue this.
No, it's all right. Honestly.
Hold on.
I've heard what you had to say, and I do understand, and I appreciate it, and I will think about it. I promise you I will. Thank you.
Yes, Judith. Yes, it was. I'll explain that later. Well, are you saying Kate wants to do what?
What was it you saw?
Oh, as I said, it wasn't a very traumatic event. I overheard Kevin and Joey talking one time about why their mother couldn't remember certain things, why she asked questions about stuff she should have known, and why she couldn't remember that they didn't like Brussels sprouts. You know, it was the kind of, why is Mom acting so weird kind of conversation.
Brussels sprouts. Well, I don't think it's exactly the kind of thing that wins custody cases, but I'll mention it to Herb.
Well, if it doesn't matter, I kind of feel the way Cordero does. I mean, it's too bad that one of you hasn't to lose.
I think it's too bad the kids have to lose. Maria, have I caved in too early? I mean, am I letting my anger take control of me?
You have been incredibly patient. Vicky has pushed you into this.
Yes, but what if I've been wrong? What if there hasn't been an affair? What if Tom Dennison has just been offering support and friendship and like she claims?
Bucky, you are not a jealous man.
And what if there has been an affair? I mean, is that something that my ego really couldn't live with? That my pride couldn't handle? I've accused Vicky of being too proud. But, what about me? Haven't I been doing the same thing? And the bottom line is my pride and my ego more important than the lives of those kids?
Well, of course not. But since Vicky started this, I don't know that she's going to agree with you.
Well, I have to find out. I have to try to reach her one more time and try and salvage anything, something. Thanks for talking to me. It's been a big help. But then you always are.
All right, Tina. What do you want?
What? What are you doing here with her?
I beg your pardon?
Well, didn't you come here to see me?
No.
Well, what about the message I left you? The one on your phone machine?
Yeah, Tina, I got your message. But so what? Look, after everything that has happened between us, it just doesn't matter, all right?
Doesn't matter? Wait a minute, are we talking about the same message? The one where I tell you to...
I just checked my machine about an hour ago, Tina. If that's the message you're talking about, yeah, I got it. I don't know why you should think that I would rush back here and jump right back in your arms, Tina. Kate, can we go, please?
But how can you be so cruel?
Tina, you're out of my life. And I'm out of yours, okay? Nothing's gonna change that. So please, just leave me alone and stop calling me.
I'm so glad you're here. I was afraid you'd gone off by yourself. Hello, Cord.
Hi.
So you thought about my idea? I don't want you going to Statesville and asking questions about Jamie's stabbing.
Thank you, Senator. Goodbye. Diane! Diane, would you come into the study just as quick as possible? Oh. Yeah? Oh, what is it?
I was just sitting here thinking, why do I have to go to Washington? Why can't I just make a few phone calls? So I did. And one of the people that I talked to is Senator Stiers. He knows all about the time that I spent in prison and what I accomplished there. And he thinks I would make a perfect candidate for the Commission on Prison Reform.
That's terrific.
Oh, it is.
Great.
Of course, he couldn't give me a definite answer, yes, but he said he would get back to me just as quick as possible. Oh, I wish I could reach John so that I could tell him we have the whole evening together instead of just a quick meal. What would that be?
I'll get it.
Oh, hello, Charles.
Hi, Dorian, Diane.
Come on in. You seem a bit upset. What's the matter?
Is it Jamie?
No, for a change, it's not Jamie. It's Agrippina. She's gone. She's vanished.
Vicky?
Clint.
Everything calm around here? I mean, with the children?
Oh, yes. Kevin's with Mary Lynn and Joey's playing with Freddie. His friend from school. Jessica's asleep.
Oh, good. You suppose there's any chance of us having a talk? I mean, a casual talk instead of one that's filled with... What I'm trying to say is, do you suppose we could focus on the welfare and the feelings of the children instead of on our own feelings of pain and resentment?
Clint, there is absolutely nothing that I would like more.
Mary Lynn, I'm home.
Bob Dennison?
Yes, that's right.
This is for you.
Who is it, Dad?
It's all right, honey. It's for me. I've been subpoenaed in the divorce and custody suit of Buchanan versus Buchanan.
Vicky, I have to admit that, that I probably didn't handle your memory loss as as well as possible. But well, the thing, I was so shocked at the news of it that I couldn't deal with it intelligently.
Not to mention the fact that I didn't really give you a lot of time to, did I? I mean, I sort of followed that announcement with the demand for divorce. I'm sorry. I'm certainly at fault for that. I should not have hidden the memory loss from you. But in my defense, you see, I really did think that you were going to have me committed because you thought I was Nicky Smith.
No, I couldn't do something like that without giving it a lot of thought. I mean, an awful lot of thought. But then, your impression of me was just some out-of-control stranger that was beating hell out of Joe's twin brother.
I'm truly sorry that I didn't have the strength to dig in. I just wanted to run away from you and from my own problems. I mean, it is easier just to accept the fact that I've lost the 8 years than to try and regain them, you know.
Does this mean that now you're willing to try? Vicky. Let's strike a bargain. Let's drop the divorce proceedings, please. And I'll forget and forgive all about Tom.
Meaning what?
Well, meaning, your affair. I'll just swallow it and I'll...
We are right back to the reason that I was afraid to confide in you in the first place, because you thought I was lying about Nicky Smith. Now you're still calling me a liar. I have told you time and time again there has been no affair with Tom Dennison, and yet you still say, oh, I'll forgive and forget about it.
All right. There hasn't been an affair, okay? I accept it. There hasn't been any affair.
No, you don't accept it at all. You know, everybody talks about all this love and devotion that you lavished all over me during the years of our relationship. I find it so hard to understand that that was possible when you think that I'm not only capable of lying, but of committing adultery.
You have practically admitted that you're in love with him, haven't you?
I have very strong feelings for the man, born out of my very extraordinary needs recently.
Needs, yes, your needs. That's my point. You went to him with your needs. You didn't come to me. You gave him your needs.
What is that, another item on your list of my sins that you will forgive and forget?
Vicky, please.
All right, listen. If we strike this bargain, do I get my newspaper back?
Your newspaper? Oh, I get it. Your newspaper. Let me ask you a question. If you did get it back, would I get my job back? Or would you give it to Tom Dennison again?
All right, we tried. It is just no good. We cannot even make one move beyond the basics.
Wait a minute. Look, maybe we should start over. No, maybe we should start over. Maybe I should take my coat, go outside, and come back in again. Vicky, we are at an impasse here, and it just so happens that that is going to affect the lives of our children. We have a court date coming up, and our kids don't even know what the hell their mother and father are doing.
Obviously, because neither one of us particularly wants to face their pain and confusion, and because we're both still hoping to avoid a custody battle.
That is my point exactly. Now, one of us has to back off.
Well, it certainly is not going to be me.
Mom, Jamie could leave town. Don't want you going to Statesville. You didn't let me finish, because I've arranged to go up there myself. Herb Callison's meeting me there in half an hour.
Oh, Mom, I'm so proud of you.
Well, I can't totally deny what you and your father suspect.
Listen, I know you want to go up there and find out that Jamie didn't arrange the stabbing, but when you talk to the prisoners, please, be objective.
That's why I asked Herb to come with me, because he's a better judge than any of the family members. Look, I have to go.
Where's Jamie now?
He's at home. He's very nervous and irritable. I've got to go.
Okay. Good luck. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
She's done it again. You know something? My mom has a lot of class.
Well, I always wonder where you got it. So, since we don't have to go to Statesville and ask a lot of questions, looks like we got a night free to do something like normal folks like dining, dancing. Want to go to a movie?
Yeah, but let's not do it like normal people. Let's get dressed to the nines, go to the best restaurant in town, then go to some wild, crazy, loud dance club.
You mean one of those places that are so loud that you couldn't even think about your own personal problems if you wanted to?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.